been your observation since this oracle came to you through your person, and having it published and widely introduced to the world, as far as the process of people really living those readings or using the oracle properly?
Well, we have done our best in the past 49 years. Well, 38 years since the oracle has been out. Well, 49 years of teaching. We have done our best to educate the world in Kamitic Spirituality. People of different ethnic background study my works, just not simply Black people.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to England, a couple of years after Metu Neter Volume 1 was written and published, I went into a bookstore in England, and it was the sister bookstore for Samuel Wisers Incorporated,
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the store with Kim and C, and I didn't introduce myself, who I was, whatever, right? I just walked in and I'm looking in the Kabbalah section. So the young man, white man, it's a white bookstore, these are the people who are behind, the great occult tradition in England, Shakespeare was part of that. He was the Rosicrucian, emperor in England. A lot of people don't know that. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Was a grand master. So I went into the bookstore and I'm looking at the different books to see, I have a big library of Kabbalistical books. So I said, I'm here in England, and if there's a book that I haven't seen, it has to be in this bookstore. So I'm looking through, and the young man, walks up and says, "Can I help you?" I said, "No, I'm just browsing." He said, "Well, I see it looks like you're looking for a book in Kabbalah." So he points to me a book by Dion Fortune. And he says, "This is a good book to start with, but when you're really ready for the good hard stuff, you want to read this book." And it took out Metu Neter Volume 1. And I said, "You read it?" He said, "Yeah, man. This is the heights of the teaching." And Clemens is looking at me like expecting for me to let the young man know who I am, that I was the author of the book. And I just simply said, "Thank you." And I walked out the store. Clemens said, "Of course, he died on the sidewalk." So the thing is that white people, Chinese people, all Jewish people, everybody's reading my books.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, and lots of them are also using the oracle, because there's a Kabbalistic book called the Sefer Yetzirah, which was the Kabbalist attempt to create an astrology, oracle system of the tree of life.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Okay, the tree of life, of course, is the Hebrew Kabbalistic version of the Patnateru of Egypt. You see that? The 11 faculties of the spirit. And plus they try to bring in the 10 faculties of the psyche. So that's why we had the 22 letters, or the 22 paths of wisdom in Kabbalah. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people don't know where to get that secret doctrine of the 22 letters. You see that? I'll introduce that into the world next year. So stay tuned to understand what the 22 paths of wisdom really are, with actual proof and scientific verification. So the thing is that I have lots of people that are using my oracle, many of them in an occult manner, meaning, they might be grand master of lodges, Masonic lodges or whatever, or advanced students, and they're using my books and my oracle, in their teachings and in their work and so on. Because if you're well versed in Kabbalah, you find that there is nothing that informs you about the tree of life than my 7 volumes. It's a fact. You see that? There's no Kabbalistic oracle system. The Golden Dawn Rosicrucians tried to use the tarot. You see that as as a Kabbalistic oracle, but it failed. All you got to do is read Aleister Crowley's books and Dion Fortune and Israel Regardie, all of those books, Win Westcott and so forth, you find that none of the Rosicrucians and the Kabbalists were able to make the tree of life speak. You see that? The Neter have always spoken since antiquity, and in 1985, I made the oracle speak again. The Metu Neter oracle speak. And Medu means word, and Neter is God. The word of God is what is coming through those readings that you're doing. So I, admonish everybody, don't ask frivolous questions. Don't ask questions that you already know the answer to. Quote, test the oracle to see if the answer you get matches the answer that you know. Okay, do a number of readings and study them carefully, meditate on them, and you will see the veracity and the high level of dispensation. And that's the way to know. Never try to use the oracle as a weapon. You see that? Meaning to prove somebody wrong. We use the oracles to uplift people, to show them how they are wrong, where they are wrong. You see that? And so on.